What's poppin' everyone, it's Big Bat with another video. Today we're running Chimps once again, and we're running Candy Falls. Pretty easy map, but a very fun one for sure. We placed down the tack shooter, did the top and bottom path. We're gonna focus tack shooters in this video, but as you can tell, we're very close to getting even more tacks, and once we're able to, we get it, because it's a little dangerous just having those few upgrades that we had. And with this upgrade, it's a little better. We're still gonna focus upgrading it a little bit, get even faster shooting and tack sprayer on the bottom. Of course, even faster shooting is cheaper, and we get that first, and it's really good. Then we're gonna get the bottom one right after once we can afford it, and we're gonna focus this tack shooter for the most part in this video, but there's definitely a few other towers we're gonna use that are very strong and complement the tack shooter really well. In fact, we're also going to do the inferno ring. This tack shooter, we're running the tack zone. So one thing I've noticed in Chimps is once you get a start up like this, you start to be able to carry for quite a while until about the Moab round or so. And so it's pretty easy to really be farming and stuff like that. The real major three things I noticed you have to worry about is the first camo balloon appearing, and then the leads, and then the next camo round where it has more than one camo, because the first camo, it's very easy to pop. Pretty much anything that could detect camo can pop it because it's just one green balloon. But then when the next camo round comes, obviously there's a lot more and it becomes a little harder. But by then, you're probably covered no matter what you do, because if your tower doesn't have innate camo popping, then you could probably at that point afford a village that gives the camo detection to it. And so we are focusing the tack shooter and up boosting him and stuff. So we're going to put down the Alchemist, go the top path obviously, make it a lot stronger. And with that, we're able to pop leads once they do come. Now, one thing we can't do yet is pop a camo, and so we're not even really going to be able to afford the village with the camo detection by the time the first camo comes. So you guys will notice I put down a ninja monkey that we don't end up using for anything other than just that round. And for people who are really good at chimps and stuff like that, maybe you guys are probably like, why are you doing that? There's this other better way. Well, if you have a better way and all that, let me know in the comments, because that first camo balloon, I usually just do something cheap like the ninja monkey. If there's a tower that pops it on its own, then I'll do that, like the wizard or something like that if I'm running a wizard. But for the tack shooters, obviously they don't have their own, so we placed the ninja monkey. And one thing I also noticed is I placed it kind of in a bad spot. I should have placed it to the left a little more, because, or maybe even just anywhere else on the map. I shouldn't have placed it so close to my other towers, because the reason being, the fact that I put it next to our other towers really limited the room. It took up a lot of room that we should have left for something else. I end up using the monkey village, and we have to end up putting it to the right of the tack shooter, because that ninja monkey took up the left spot, and I felt so stupid. But at least I think it's from the ninja monkey. Maybe it's too narrow, but I think the ninja monkey took the spot, which sadly, yeah, made us have to put it to the right, limited the range a little bit. Luckily for us, that actually doesn't end up mattering. Now, with the Alchemist itself, and then the Alchemist buffed tack shooter, we're able to pop leads pretty easy. It gets a little less consistent as time goes on later, but we end up doing the Ring of Fire, which just pops balloons, lead balloons innately, so that's good. Now, we have the ability to pop camo, so we're good on all camo balloons from this point. There's no longer a reason to worry about them whatsoever. And then our leads are mostly covered, which we will improve later. So from here, it's really just about DPS at this point. So from here on, it gets pretty straightforward. And you'll notice this tack shooter puts in some extreme work. Even white balloons are doing nothing. Even rainbow balloons get completely stopped by this thing. It's very good, and it's been one of my favorite strats I've been running the past day or two, just testing things out and unlocking chimps mode for a lot of tracks that I have not yet beaten impoppable or alternate balloon rounds on. And which, by the way, how come alternate balloon rounds is a lot harder than Impoppable? Is it just me, or is that game mode much harder than Impoppable? I say it is, but let me know what you guys think. But anyways, I do the acid pool just because, you know, increased damage, stuff like that. Gets rid of leads a little more consistent because we're a little inconsistent right now. I'm not sure that you need it for sure, but it's just such a cheap upgrade that it doesn't even matter. And we do end up beating this Chimps game, so if you want a simple, easy way to beat it, then you can pretty much just run this. And of course, there's going to be some things that I don't do perfectly and stuff like that. I'm sure there's better optimization and stuff like that. Maybe the top left loop was better than the one I put it at. Stuff like that, who knows. But we're doing really well. We beat it. And where we're at right now, we got all of the upgrades in the top path of the Alchemist that we wanted, and we don't need any more. We're not going to go for the 5th upgrade at all, of course. It's just way too expensive. And then the Monkey Village, we're going the top path too, because it's going to help our primary towers, aka our tack shooters, very, very much. And right now we can afford primary mentoring, and that's very, very good for us. I believe after this we go for the tack zone, which helps a lot. And basically by the end of this video, we're going to have the tack zone, the 5th tier upgrade on the top path of the Monkey Village, and the Inferno Ring. And then by the end, I actually also place another Monkey Village just to get the Call to Arms ability, which is very, very helpful. Very, very helpful. The Call to Arms, you get it pretty much last minute. You get it in the 90s rounds or so, based on all the cash that the tier 5s cost that we do put in. But right now, this tack shooter putting in the most work. Once you upgrade the village to the tier 5, that puts in an extreme amount of work as well, and mostly defeats everything before they even get to your tack shooter, which then if they get to your tack shooter, it just decimates them completely. We put in the Inferno Ring, and it's like a weaker version of the tack zone, but also at the same time combined with a slightly weaker version of the tier 5 village. So it has that infinite range that village has. At least I'm pretty sure it has infinite range. At least it can hit all the balloons that are coming from the beginning of the map. I don't know if maybe the top left it doesn't hit, but I'm assuming it's infinite range. Same with the Inferno Ring. So the Inferno Ring really ends up being kind of a combination of both of those things, which is really cool. And all of those things combined ends up beating this Chimps game pretty easily. This is a nice, easy way to beat it. I know a lot of you are probably thinking maybe I should put down something like the Ice Monkey or something like that, but it wasn't needed. I am going to be testing out the Ice Monkey a little more. It's just whenever I play Chimps, usually my problem is not really... Pretty much it's just BADs. That's really the main thing, and I don't think the Ice Tower is too good against BADs. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it is. These other towers are much, much better for it. But you can't deny that, yes, the Ice Monkey is good for pretty much everything else. Same with the Glue Gunner. I'm sure a lot of you guys are like, why aren't you using the Glue Gunner? Well, it's kind of for the same reason. But I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure there's certain optimization, stuff like that you can do. Little tweaks here and there that you can make to this strategy that I'm running. Now, make it a little better. So feel free to do that and all that. There's probably a little bit of room for change and stuff like that. But pretty much from here, we're waiting to get the 5th tier of the Monkey Village. We're going to get the Ring of Fire and then the Inferno Ring. After that, like I said, we're going to get the Middle Path Village, place it within that circle right to the top right of the tack zone. And from there, we just use the Homeland Defense, no, the Call to Arms, my bad. The Call to Arms when we need it, which I only felt like I needed it in 2 rounds, which was round 98 and 100, maybe 99. But either way, you'll be fine. So pretty much that's the strat. So I'm going to fast forward, let you guys see all of it. I'm going to speed it up and stuff like that so that you guys see all the placement when I buy it and stuff like that, just to make sure you for sure can beat it. If those instructions, maybe you place things at the wrong time or whatever, if you just watch it, you'll be fine. And that's pretty much it for this video. So give me any recommendations for chimps and stuff like that. I'm still going through the beginner maps. I'm gonna go through intermediate, stuff like that, and then eventually the hardest ones. So it might be a while before we get there, but we will get to it eventually. And I'm reading the comments, stuff like that. I'm looking at your recommendations and your tips and stuff like that. So it's really helpful. Any input you guys have, let me know what you think about the strats, if you would have done something different and all that. And if you like the video, please leave a like, please subscribe, and we have a Discord if you guys want to join in the channel description. Other than that, I think we're done here. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.